Queen City, we are here. This is a late night one on a Saturday. Big day here for the club. I take a little bit of responsibility for it being a little later than usual. We had a tentative 8 p.m., but was forced to push it back to 9 p.m. Because I'll be straight up with you, I was on the softball field until about 7:30 p.m. We ended up in the championship game. We ended up winning the championship game, so there were pictures and stuff we had to do. And luckily enough, the guys who cut checks today are awesome to give me a little bit of grace. And we are here getting it done at 9 p.m. on a Saturday night. This was the fourth event of our 2025 season. It has been a big season. The numbers have been great. You know, we had 85 today. Most clubs would beg for 85, and it was our smallest event of the year. We discussed it the other night. We had some heat on this event. Guys thought, I'm going to use that word right there, thought there was a little advantage to one of the bodies of water that were involved in this multi-lake event. And then we had some people express unhappy about multiple lakes for a trail event. So, you know, I'm listening. We can adjust in 2026. But we did have an awesome event today on 4 different bodies of water. So we had Lake Keowee in South Carolina, Lake Norman in the Charlotte area of North Carolina, Lake James in the mountain region of North Carolina, and Smith Mountain Lake in Virginia. So 3 states, 4 lakes, all clear water, spotted bass mixed with a largemouth bass. And of course, there's some smallies mixed in here and there. Not a tremendous population of smallies in 3 of the lakes, but James is heavily populated. But we had a ton of fish come across Tourney X today. We had 393 fish judged and submitted through Tourney X today, and I'm sure there were 200 more that just weren't submitted. We had, like I said, we had 85 guys. We had a ton of limits. 78 people out of the 84 people put in fish today. So overall, good day. 63 people had limits today. I mean, that is a good day of fishing, and hopefully some of these people got to take advantage of staying local and going to a lake where they felt like they had a chance. We had some massive bags. We once again had 11 people break the 70-inch mark. We say it over and over. 70 used to be the magic number. You all have improved so much as anglers that 70 is no longer cutting a check. Never mind winning tournaments. It's not even cutting a check. And those of you watching from afar, we are a 4-fish limit. So we're talking about, 18-inch fish barely getting paid. 4 18-inch fish barely getting paid. In the boat world, we're talking about 12 pounds in 4, 15, 16 pounds in 5. So you guys are killing it. And it's awesome to see these numbers from all these different lakes we fished. You know, we've been to Norman, Wiley, Santee, Cooper, and then a multi-lake, and we've put up big numbers everywhere we visited. I do want to shout out our sponsors, of course, Muddy Bay, for everything they do for the club. They are our presenting sponsor of the year. Native Watercraft for being our AOI and TOC sponsor. Academy Sports and Outdoors for the satellite series this season. And of course, today we had Visit Oconee down in Lake Keowee. And we had Brandon Hall with Limitless Door Solutions as the premier sponsor of this multi-lake event. I'm curious to talk to him about how he felt about the 4 bodies of water. I'm pretty sure he was excited about this event when I pitched it to him. So we'll see what he feels about some of the heat we took, as a club. I keep saying heat. It was like 5 people complaining, but I'm sure there were some other people who agree and just don't want to voice their opinions. And like I said, it's okay. You guys are entitled to that. But we are here to celebrate our winners. They're all backstage. There was someone trying to get in backstage, and we're full. So as soon as I kick somebody out, we'll allow that other person in. I am toasted. I got toasted today, boys and girls. We had our Purple Heart Homes Small Bass Award today. This angler could not make the late weigh-in tonight, but B. Hang submitted a 7.75 incher. And he's going to go home with $130 today. So congrats to B. Hang. We will get you your money. We'll have your hardware the next time we see you. Along with B. Hang going home with $130, we also were able to donate $378 today to Real Heroes and Purple Heart Homes. So if you're watching, listening, give yourself a round of applause. That's another $378. We have a running total inside of the championship event on Facebook. So if you go into the event, you hit discussions, you'll see a running total for our 2025 TOC, and you'll see a running total for our 2025 donations, just so you know there's no funny business going on and you guys are up to date on everything we're doing. Like I said, we had 84 today. We paid out 9 anglers. We always do the 10% plus 1 deal. You see me looking down, it's just because I have my notes here. So in 9th place today, going home with $100 and a very solid limit. And apparently I cut my own notes off. A very solid limit of 71 inches. And we're going to talk about this number here again in a minute. Mr. Kyle Hancock, and he is here today making a weigh-in, which is impressive. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired.
I know. I do apologize. I'm exhausted as well.
No. It's not your fault, man.
You had 71 inches today. I'm curious to know where you went, what you threw. So you had a very, very consistent bag. You had an 18, a 17.75, another 17.75, and a 17.5 for a very solid 71 inches.
Yeah, all tight right in there. I started out top water. I had a big, huge blow up. I'm just gonna say it was a hybrid. I hope it was a hybrid. So he just missed it, and then it was just shaky head, and I went to Norman. Did I say that? I don't know if I said that.
You didn't, and I appreciate you saying it.
Yeah, Lake Norman, spotted bass and largemouth I was catching.
Nice.
But I just kept going with the shaky head. I just kept going. I didn't backtrack anything. I just kept on going and just hoping I would run into him. And I did. I caught a 17.5 and a 17.75 on the same dock. And that was the big, that helped a lot. And then I ended up catching an 18 shortly after that. So that was the difference maker.
Nice.
Got me most of my money back there.
Yeah, you got most of your money back. You got on what sounds like a little pre-spawn dock bite, which is always fun on Lake Norman. So awesome day, and these are valuable points for somebody who obviously is chasing the 2025 TOC this year.
Yeah, I needed that big time. I needed a good finish. I have not done so well, but yeah, that'll help a lot.
So I'm gonna
get the ball rolling.
I didn't ask you this question backstage. I probably should have, but correct me if I'm wrong. You practiced one of these really far lakes this week.
I went up to Smith Mountain Lake one time. It didn't work out for me. Thanks, John. It didn't really pan out for me, so I just I went to Norman, but I tried it out. If I had maybe some more time.
I love the dedication.
Yeah, I had to go try it with everybody talk. I went actually after all that talk. I went the day after. I think I went the day. Yeah, I was like, I better go up there and see what's up. And yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. People hyping it up, and then you go to Norman 20 minutes up the road and cut a check. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, it worked out, man. I'm glad I went.
Cool, man. Well, good job. I'm pretty sure you like Hartwell, and that's our next stop on the main series. Do you think you'll do the satellite event next weekend?
Probably not gonna do that one.
Okay.
But Hartwell, I got the day off. I already put in for that, so I'll be there for that.
I know you love the hardware, so I have your frame certificate at the house. Whenever you wanna, if you wanna pop by tomorrow, just shoot me a text. I'll be home.
Yeah, I might.
All right. Appreciate you, Kyle.
All right. Thank y'all, man.
Later, buddy. I'm going to kick you out so I can let somebody
later. Yeah, all good, man. Thanks.
I should have shouted him out. I just thought about it as I was removing him. So last month, Blaine and I, a little bit of miscommunication somewhere along the line. I don't know. The plaques did not make it down to Santee Cooper. So I text Kyle. Kyle lives in my neighborhood over here about 20 minutes from the house. And I was like, hey, dude, I'm going to come to your house at midnight, and I'm going to put these plaques on your porch. Can you please get them to the weigh-in? And he helped me out. He helped you all out, and he got those plaques down to the weigh-in last month at Santee Cooper. So huge shout out to him, willing to help. So good job there. In 8th place, I'm going to kick this guy's ass. He's not in here. Hold on, let me send a text message. Give me 1 second. If he answers quickly, if not, we're moving on. He's probably not going to answer. Okay, we're going to move on. If he comes in, he comes in. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I was wondering if he was the one who was trying to get in. 4, 8, 9. Yeah, we have space. All right. In 8th place, also with 71 inches. So 2 people tied. His kicker fish was a 19. Kyle's kicker fish was an 18. So by virtue of tiebreak, this angler bumps up 1 spot. This angler is also going to take home the elite side pot all the way down in 8th place, which is becoming a monthly thing here. Guys are not signing up for the elite, and the big money's dropping. So he's going home with a total of $838 today. In 8th place, Mr. Nick Huddleston with 71 inches. If Nick pops in, we'll bring him in. He definitely could have fallen asleep at this point. He is in the group chat, but huge shout out to Nick. Give it up for Nick. And we're going to move on. In 7th place, also with 71 inches. So 3 anglers tied with 71 inches. This angler's kicker was a 20 1/4, and he also happens to be the presenting sponsor of this event. Going home with $380, Mr. Brandon Hall. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good, doing good.
Well, good job today. I want to thank you, number one, for being a sponsor with Queen City, specifically this event number 4. And of course, congratulations on a big day. The points are huge for you, I know, and the money's always good. So give us a quick breakdown of your business, and then I'll move on from that, and we'll talk about your day. And then I want to talk to you about how you felt about this event as a whole.
All right. So I own Limitless Door Solutions. We do commercial doors and toilet partitions around Charlotte and surrounding areas. Commercial buildings, schools, apartments, hospitals, all service work, repair work, and new installations, new construction, anything. I did 7 multifamily apartments last year in Uptown Charlotte.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they're going up everywhere. So we're a little bit, we do everything. But yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for, you came in last year at mid-year, didn't you? And we at least got you involved on a logo last year, setting you up for this year.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about this event. I know it's yours, but be honest, were you excited about the 4-lake option? Did you agree with the lakes that were there? Just give me some feedback.
Honestly, no.
Okay, good to know.
I wasn't excited. I felt like Smith had an advantage, which I've never been there, so it was a fairy tale. But no, I'm not really excited. I'm honestly not a fan of multi-lake events, just putting it out there.
No, that's fine. Noted. You're not, like I said, not going to hurt my feelings.
But wherever, kind of like Travis said, wherever QC goes, I'm going to go. So I don't,
I love that. I appreciate that.
I'm dedicated. So whether we do multi-lake, single lakes, it ain't about what I prefer. So we're going to do what the club does.
Take this as a lead to tell us where you did go today and finish 7th place.
Well, I went to Lake Norman, our backyard. Had a pretty interesting day, caught a small limit by about 9 o'clock. And then I found a dock that was holding pretty good sized fish on it. I'd catch one, leave it for an hour, come back, catch another one. Well, I was rolling around with a 12 1/4 for a while, and I went over there and I caught a 12 1/2. I was actually on the phone with Cameron. And this gets interesting. And I was like, he said, you need to take a picture of it. I was like, no, not for a 1/4 inch. So I just threw it back, made another cast under this dock. And I had my rod at about 12 o'clock. Why, I don't know. But fish hit it. I had to set the hook. When I did, it wrapped around my rods behind me. This was that 20 1/4. Well, I could not get it unwrapped. I dropped my rod. I grabbed the line and I brought him to the boat.
By hand.
Yeah. I got the rod, got the fish. Don't know how I landed it, but I did. So
man.
extremely lucky.
That's a $300 fish for sure. I mean, that's obviously the fish that bumps your limit up 10 inches. That's the fish that breaks your tiebreaker. You know, that's huge. That's $380 right there, man. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, it was a fun day.
What was special about this dock? Was there brush? Was there a ditch? What was any idea?
It was kind of brush. This had a lot of things going for it. It was on its way out of a creek. I think they're pulling out of a lot of the creeks in the area that I was in. So
nice. Well, great work, man. I won't give you a multi-event lake next year, I promise. We'll give you. I'll let you pick your lake.
That'll work.
I'll have your frame certificate next time I see you. And are you going to come out to Hickory next weekend or?
No, my daughter has a dance competition. If it wasn't for that, I would be there 100%.
Got it. Well, you're sitting pretty good with points right now. You're cutting checks, it seems like, every other month. So you're sitting pretty, and then we'll see you down at Hartwell.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah.
All right, another check for Brandon Hall. Another set of big points. A crazy story catching 20-incher by hand, but good stuff there. So in 6th place today, going home with $469. This guy is not new to cashing Queen City anymore. Mr. John House with I see his Real Heroes gear on. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? That's better than what I thought it would be.
Yeah, 6th place with 72.5. Big kicker with 20 3/4. Solid limit, 19.5, 16 1/4, and a 16. And 6th place. I mean, you can't be mad at that. Good work.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was again, it was an interesting day. I got that, what was it, 19 3/4, 19.5 pretty quick. And then I was 20 minutes from the ramp and stomach started acting up. So I had to go back. I gave up like an hour of the tournament, but I had to deal with some things. Got back and just kind of working back to where I was and got a 16. And I'm like, all right. So I kind of, from where I caught the 19 to the 16, I kind of was like, all right, they're the same area. So, same structure, that kind of thing. So I was just like, all right, so maybe I'm onto something. And then just kind of piecemealed it together from there. And then honestly, that last one, I got lucky. There was a dude had like 8 lines out with a catfish rig in the middle of this pocket. And I just cast it up under a dock. And I was just like, hey, man, I'm searching for catfish, whatever. And then all of a sudden, it just like a freight train. And he's like, oh, I saw that blow up under the dock. And then it was just on. It pulled me under the dock. It was crazy. It was like 4.2. And,
you didn't say where you were.
I went out of Norman. Yeah.
Norman. Oh, Norman. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to talk Mark into Smith Mountain a couple of days ago, but I have a friend that's been very successful in that lake in his fishing career, and he was giving me some juice, and I was like, oh, we could go up there and probably have a chance to win it, but it just wasn't in the cards this time. So just went home pond and stuck to what I knew.
Anytime you go home pond and cash almost $500 for a 6th place, are you really mad? Like, you saved all your gas money. So
yeah, exactly. So no, but it was cool. I'll tell you, I launched out of Stumpy. About 15 of us did, but it was they've done a really nice job with that ramp over there. And
what's the launch fee? What's the launch fee?
It's still $2.
Okay, I thought
it's still $2. Yeah. So, but all in all, like I said, I had a fun day. I stayed out in the wind the whole day. I didn't really find anything in the pockets, and it just wasn't worth it. I stuck to one specific. I literally threw one bait the entire day. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, good for you, man. Congratulations. You're having a big year. You're doing really well. You're on your way to another TOC, it looks like, this year. And what are you doing satellite-wise? Do you think you'll join us on Hickory next weekend?
Hickory, no, but isn't Smith Mountain on the satellite deal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the one I'm going to sneak up to.
Nice.
If I can get work coordinated, maybe Hickory, but I doubt it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just crazy this time of year for a real estate agent. Yeah.
Look, when I put these things together, it's me literally throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So
yeah, absolutely.
We don't know. Will and I were talking the other day because we're setting up the venue and the food together, and I'm like, dude, I don't really know how many people we're gonna have. So it's a big money deal. I promised you guys I was gonna give you that national level feel home, and I think that's what we're doing. But that's a real national level entry fee. So
Yeah.
we'll see who wants it.
Yeah. When's the cutoff on that? Is it still Friday night?
It is. I may have to move it depending on what registration looks like to Wednesday.
Okay.
But I'm going to talk to Will because it really is just about buying food. It's not necessarily any other reason. So
Yeah.
if I do move it, it's not going to be like a true hard deadline. It's just like get in touch with me, and if we don't have enough hamburgers, you're out of a hamburger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I got you. So,
Yeah.
well, that'd be cool. Yeah. But it was, no, man, like I said, as far as the day, it was a good day, and everybody was respectful on the water. I rolled up on a couple boats, and I mean, I didn't have a problem with it, but it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm like, hey, you fishing this way or this way? And he's like, oh, I plan to go that way. I was like, all right, you have it. It's pretty simple stuff. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, good job, man. I'm happy for you, and keep it rolling.
Yeah, man. I do want to shout out a couple people. So my 7-year-old Oakley, she challenged me to win last night. I didn't win, but I did catch a little bit. So good enough. And then obviously Brandon for sponsoring the event. He's a good buddy of mine. And I'm gonna run down through this list because I got a lot of people to thank. So I got Sally Brook State Farm. She came on board to support me this year. Obviously, Custom Tackles back on board. Naco Batteries, obviously myself, and then Eco Fishing Shop, Bonafide Kayaks, Wiley X Sunglasses, and then got to thank my boys at Real Heroes and Purple Heart Homes for everything we're doing on that side. So, but appreciate Queen City as well, and congrats to all the winners.
Good job, John. I'm glad you represent those companies well.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you.
See you soon.
See you
later. All right. Good job for him. I'm going to kick him out of here in case somebody wants to come in. Will says he's planning on 100. Maybe Will doesn't have access to Tourney X. I don't know, but there's like one person signed up. So we'll see. No, I'm just kidding, but we'll see. This is one of those deals. If you guys want it, it's there. It's an opportunity to jump into a potentially $15,000 championship in one day, but it's $225 and it's a 2-day event. So like it's got its pros and cons, but I couldn't make a championship qualifier event a 1-day cheap event. So if you want it, you're going to come get it. And if you don't come get it, that's okay. No problem at all. Moving on into the top 5. In 5th place today with 73 1/4 inches. Going home with $637. That's a big day. Mr. Austin Roberts. I see he's all smirking back there. What's up, Austin?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. It's my first time cashing with QC, so I'm having a day.
That's kind of what I was about to say next. I thought it was your first time. You did have a day. 73 1/4 is a hell of a day. You had a 21-inch kicker, followed by an 18 1/2, 17 1/4, and a 16 1/2. You had a hell of a day. Are you going to be the one who tells me Smith Mountain was the key?
No, man. I'll hand up. I thought it was going to be. I was in on the heat. That's on me. You just see the weights that were coming out of there. I was like, all right, what's going to happen? But no, I went Norman. I live in Norman. I hate Norman too. I've never done good. I zeroed event 1. And I went out there and I mean, I only caught 5 fish. Fish clean though, didn't lose them. And I mean, they were the right ones. So
yeah, well, I mean, a 21-incher on Norman, that's a hell of a kicker.
If this was a water too, love it. Woo!
On what, top water?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Early in the morning. Let me see. It says it here.
Yeah, it was a popper. Right as that rain was going, man, it was a hell of a blow up.
Yeah, 7:06 this morning. Hell yeah, man. Well, yeah, so not only is it your first cash, it's a big cash. It's $637. That's a good pay for your rest of your year. Huge points in your TOC race. Where are you sitting right now? Do you know?
This is only my second event. I would miss Wiley, zeroed number 1, so I'm thrilled to get these points.
Okay, yeah. So you're not, you're by no means out of it. Your standings are just going to look really bad until the last month. That's just the way that's going to work.
That's right.
And then, when the drop hits, the last 2 tournaments, you'll kind of feel where you're at. But huge day, man. Congratulations. Anybody you want to thank?
Man, my Newport, I'll tell you what, I love that sucker. He was cruising me all around. I was checking pockets left and right. So shout out to that. But I mean, no, it was awesome tournament. Appreciate all you do, Vinny and QC. So yeah, ready for the next one.
Awesome. Well, Hickory next weekend or no?
I got a wedding, or else I'll be there.
Okay, well then we'll see you down in Hartwell.
That sounds good.
All right, brother. I'll get that money to you. Good job. All right, good job to him. I love seeing. So we've had a lot of first-time cashers this year, which is awesome. We talked about the growth. Month one, we said we had about a 15% new angler rate, which I don't know what that to compare that to, but sounds good. Looks good. It's new faces. It's new guys getting money. It's new guys qualifying for the TOC. So it's awesome stuff. In fourth place, going home with $885. With 73 3/4, Mr. Ian Oldham. And I think he might say this is his first live cash as well. What's up, Ian?
What's up, Benny?
Turn that camera, bro.
How do I turn it?
Literally, you can't just turn it.
Like.
No, just horizontal. Horizontal.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
okay.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
Ian, I know you've cut checks in monthly,
Small,
correct?
Monthlies and small bass.
Okay, so this is a big check for you, man.
This is big check.
73.75 is a hell of a day. You had a 20 3/4, an 18, a 17.5, and a 17.5. And are you going to be the one who tells me you went to Smith Mountain Lake?
No, I was at Norman.
Yeah, of course you were. I mean,
yeah.
Why did I even put Smith Mountain on the tournament? I don't know, just to piss Adam off.
So I live near Murray, so nothing was really close for me. Everything at least 2 hours. So I did pretty good at Norman in the first event. I bubbled that one, so I was 11th.
Okay.
So I came back and kind of redeemed myself.
Hell yeah, $885. I mean, that's a hell of a redemption right there. Well, what'd you catch him on today?
A little Kitech 3.3. I was fishing offshore.
Nice.
15, 20 feet. Scoping, yeah.
Scoping. That's the first one who said that. Everybody else was dock hunting. So that's awesome.
I did it. So in the morning till about 11 o'clock, I was offshore, and then I went and fished some docks.
Okay.
I caught some on the docks, but nothing big.
Well, good work, man. I'm happy for you.
Right.
Do you know where you're sitting in points at the moment?
I missed the second and third event. So
okay, so you're in.
I just talked to my wife and said I told her the schedule, block it off. I'm going those weekends. So
all right, awesome. So I know you're like a newer member chasing the TOC. So like your standings are gonna look bad until month 9 and 10, and then when those drops automatically get erased later in the year, your scores will bump up. So keep fighting. Don't let where you're sitting now determine whether you should come or not, because when those 3 lowest events fall off, you're going to be sitting pretty.
Yep.
Well, good job, Ian. I'm proud of you.
Man.
I'll get that money to you, and I got a framed certificate with your name on it anytime I see you next time.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Later, buddy.
All right. Bye-bye.
We're going to backtrack a little bit because pain in the ass Huddleston just came in. Let's see if he's actually here. What's up, Nick?
Hey, how's it going?
Got no camera. Hold up. You're black. It's all black.
It's all black. Oh, there we go. Is that better?
Right now. Yeah, now turn it horizontal.
There you go. Sorry.
There you go. What's up, man?
I fell asleep on the couch. Sorry.
No, that's what we said. That's what I figured. So you finished 8th place today for $292. But you also won the Elite Side Pot for another $540. So big day. Nice. Even though when I said 8th place, you were probably like, "Oh damn!" But you're going home with over $800, man. So good job today.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Tell us about it. Tell us where you went. I did ask people not to lie, so if you don't want to say okay. Just don't lie. And then tell us how you caught them.
Yeah. So basically, I just wanted to fish some new water, so I headed up to Smith Mountain Lake and
there it is.
Just picked an area that I talked to Jay Park about and watched a few, YouTube videos and was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. So we went and did it. And like the first 5 minutes or something like that, I ran across a pretty good size bed that had 2 fish on it. I think one was 19, and then the other one I actually missed. It was probably 22 to 23 inches, and it actually broke me off. And then literally like two minutes later, after that, I ran across another bed that had a 19-incher that I caught as well. And I had 2 fish up until like maybe 10 o'clock. And then finally figured out where the actual fish were that weren't on beds. So I was able to kind of go to work and get that pattern worked out. And then right at the end of the day, I think I had maybe 10 minutes left or something like that. I'd been working on a bed that actually I thought was a bed, but it was actually I don't know, another another big one that it was garden fry, and I worked on it for like 35 minutes, and it also broke me off. I was having a really bad day, so.
Bro, what kind of line are you using? What the fuck? What are we doing here?
Yeah, I use the Daiwa like leader line. It's pretty good stuff. I've never had issues with it, but it was just one of those days where the big ones didn't want to.
Well, and
My
they
20
short
inch
line you.
stories.
When you're sight fishing, you got 5 foot of line out and they take off. It's wild. So
Yeah.
bad luck. We all have had those days. Obviously, you've had more of those days than anyone I've ever met in my life. But
Right. This was the first one of those days in a while, though.
No, listen, man, we know you're a hell of an angler. I was going down the list, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Nick's gonna win this elite. Like, a lot of these names don't usually get in it, and then bam, I got to Nick, and you took it in 8th place. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, it was
So
fun. Thanks. It was definitely a cool experience to be able to pick, a new lake that I've never touched or really even had a chance to go out and practice on. I just showed up, fished, and had fun, and that's usually the best way to do it for me.
Yeah, I mean, so we are up to 3rd place right now in the standings, and you're the only one that has gone to Smith Mountain. I think everybody else was on Norman, if I'm correct. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yep, everybody's been on Norman so far up until 3rd. So we'll talk to 3rd here in a minute. This person doesn't know who he is, and we'll go from there. But good job. I have your frame certificate and elite plaque next time I see you. And will you be at Hickory next week or?
I haven't decided yet. I might go down to Santee
next week.
And yeah, fish the native big bass thing is next weekend, right?
Oh, the No Limit, yes.
Yeah, the No Limit. Yeah, I might go down to Santee and just do that for fun.
Sweet, awesome.
Yeah,
I'm running that as well.
Yeah.
Well, good job, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Later, bro.
Later.
You guys know he's a monthly problem. That guy right there. He can straight up catch him. Doesn't matter where we go. All right, 3rd place, going home with $1,195 for 3rd place. Also taking home $540 for Big Bass, and it is the Big Bass of the entire year, and taking home another $75 for winning the team division, Mr. Ben Good. And I'm also going to bring in his teammate, but I'm going to mute his teammate for now. Stay muted, Mountain Boy. This is about the other Mountain Boy. Ben, dude, I woke up this morning. I checked the standings. You guys know I wasn't judging. And I'm like, who the hell dropped the 24.5 incher on the board? They must be at Smith Mountain Lake, right?
No, I was at Kiwi.
Kiwi!
Yeah.
All the heat I took for Kiwi to put up Big Bass of the year, brother. Good work. Tell us about it. Obviously, you're going home with a ton of money. I lost count. 12, 17, 40, about $1,800 today, man.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate it, Benny. Thank you for what you do, man. Yeah, I had a good day, man. I caught a lot of fish. First thing this morning, I'm sitting there waiting on the time to start, and I tied on a whopper plopper. It was a brand new one, so I went to my starting point there and literally 3rd cast, and that big one hit it, man. I mean, it clobbered it. If I had a GoPro, River to Sea would have used that one as a video.
Oh, jeez. Did you get a weight on it? I mean, it wasn't the fattest fish. It was definitely a long fish.
I was definitely spawned out for sure. Yeah. It was skinny. I don't know, man. If I had to guess, if that thing had eggs in it, it'd probably go every bit of 9 pounds.
Jesus. I don't want to show your location, but I want to pull up the picture here. I'm failing on zooming. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen, guys, with you so you can all see this. I did share it right away this morning, and then freaking Kinley tagged you, and I'm like, dude, don't tag people who are fishing. And he's like, he's not checking it. Look at this giant, every bit of this catch board, perfect picture, mouth closed, dark ID. For those of you wondering how to get into tournament fishing, look at this picture. I love this picture. It's a perfect picture. Easy read on the tail there, easy identifier, mouth fully closed, massive. I showed a little bit of location there. Well, I'm just got to do my job. But you are currently leading Big Bass of the Year. I'm going to unmute or let him unmute as well. You two take down the 4th team event of the season, giving you guys 300 points in that. So, Jeremy, congrats on your $75. I'm going to guess maybe you might have told him throw a whopper plopper because I'm pretty sure you throw that 11 months of the year. But what'd you do today, Jeremy?
You want to tell them I was doing what you do and then you did what I do?
Oh, God.
Oh.
Well, Jeremy, you didn't have a bad day yourself, buddy. You finished 13th place, right out of the money. You had a hell of a day. You guys, like I said, you each take down $75 for the Rock Outdoors team division, and setting yourself up good for a couple TOCs. I don't know why we can't hear him. It doesn't say you're muted, but we can't hear you. I'm going to remove you and bring you back. Try now. No, you're having audio issues. We love you. Bruce's. We're getting rid of his mountain ass. Yeah, so very proud of you. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to my kids for letting me do this. Shout out to my dog for watching the kids today. No, they're teenagers, so they're good. Shout out to Kinley for shouting me out today, and shout out to Jeremy. Jeremy's the one that got me into this kayak sport, so it's been a long ride. It's been fun for sure. I
got a random question.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have a burger covered in some fat redneck sweat in Gunnersville in a month? 2 months?
Man, I would love to go to that one.
Come on, man.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
All right, I'll be there. Yeah. And Mary and I already said Friday night. I think it's Friday night we're going to try to do it. We're going to get that burger.
Yeah, that place is awesome. Pappy's Place.
Okay, I needed the name. There it is, Pappy's Place.
Yeah.
Awesome. What will we see you at Hickory? Will we see you at Hartwell? What are your future plans?
I'll definitely be at Hartwell. I'm still thinking about Hickory, so I may be there.
Awesome. Well, great job. Let's see if a 24.5 holds up from Lake Keowee of all places. And you got 6 events to survive for your Big Bass of the season, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Take care, man. I'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.
Later. Oh, that's awesome. So it was funny, I would have lost a bet, honestly. When Joey's 24.25 held up from Norman, held up through Santee Cooper, I would have said, well, there it is. That's the Big Bass of the year. And then Keowee of all places, I just don't think people think of Keowee of having season size bass. And he finishes 3rd in a tournament that has Smith Mountain Lake on it and Norman on it. And I didn't hit any of these comments. A lot of people happy for you. I don't know why I'm getting called a bully, but Ryan, I never tag you. I post your picture, but I never tag you. Very different statement. So shout out to him. Moving into 2nd place today with 76.5 inches. What a freaking bag. 76.5 inches, $1,770. Mr. Michael Duran. What's up, buddy? You're muted.
What's up?
Hey, how are you?
I'm pretty good, man. I had a pretty unbelievable day.
Let me guess. You drove 8 hours up to Smith Mountain Lake?
Nope.
You went to Norman?
Nope.
You went to Lake James?
Nope.
Kiwi's on fire, ain't it, boy?
Yeah.
Let's go. 76.5 inches.
Love that lake, man.
It's a great fishery. I think after today, and I can't speak for the future, but I think after today it proved it should be a trail event body of water for us. It was in the past, and maybe something we have to talk to Visit Oconee about and come back down there. Huge day. I think it's awesome that me and you are both PE teachers on here hanging out Saturday night.
Yeah.
But cool stuff. Congrats. Tell us about your day. Big paycheck, $1,770.
Well, I took a personal day yesterday, and
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You were sick, bro. Wrong code.
No, and generally, like when I go pre-fishing, I just want to see them, like visually see them, like where are they at, where are they positioning and stuff. And I saw some crazy stuff yesterday, and I thought, oh my goodness, I have a really good shot at winning this thing. And there was a pocket that I found. It had like probably 20 inches in it. They were getting ready to spawn, but they were like right in that like phase where they just want to get it on. They don't want to bite nothing. So I went there this morning. I spent 2 hours in that pocket trying to get a bite because I thought I'll go in this pocket and win the whole thing. And then after that, I just basically, I just kind of started junk fishing and piece it together. I found this little offshore deal, and I was like, I'm gonna throw a Carolina rig over here. And I sat there for like 30 minutes dragging a Carolina rig, and finally I got a bite, and that was that 19 and a half. And I'm like, okay, all right. And I stayed in that same spot, making basically the same cast. I'm like, there's got to be another one in there. And sure enough, I caught a 16 3/4. And then after that, I kind of was like, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I pretty much, I don't have anything else. So I just kind of, like I said, just kind of winged it. I can't really say what I did because it was a little sneaky, and I started catching them pretty quickly doing this other thing. And it was a fun bite.
I gotta say, I gotta interrupt you. I gotta be honest. I'm very interested at what the sneaky thing is, because we don't get a lot of guys on here who sit and drag a Carolina rig. Like, that is old school. That is not very kayak angler specific. So congrats on that, and whatever the hell your little sneaky thing is. Hopefully not cheating, but no. Great job, man. Great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We got people shouting you out. Scarlett wants Kiwi. He don't give a shit about you. He said put Kiwi on there.
I think I'd love to have it on the trail event. I actually was really excited for this event when I saw it on the schedule. I was super excited all year. And then as we got closer to it, I was like, I'm going to sign up for Elite Side Pot, especially after their pre-fishing. And then I saw all the stuff that people were like, oh, Smith Mountain's going to kill. I thought Smith Mountain was going to have 80-inch bags. So I'm like, I'm not going to waste my money. I don't need to get an Elite Side Pot. Those guys at Smith Mountain are just going to pull it off. So I'm pretty upset about that. From now on, I'm not going to listen to anything people say. Like, I had talked to a bunch of people. It wasn't like just the post. Like, I texted people, quite a few people, and they're like, oh yeah, Smith Mountain is going to freaking smoke everybody. And it's kind of looking like it didn't pan out that way. So next time I'm definitely signing for Elite Side Pot. Especially because I got to fish one of my favorite lakes.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to go through everybody's fish, and I'm going to click one fish per person, and I'm going to count how many people went to Smith Mountain. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think I'm going to be under 5. I don't see – while I'm talking to you, I'm scrolling Tourney X. I don't see any – I'm up to 20th. I don't see any VA anglers. One. But Kevin Ramsey's from VA, but he fishes all of our North and South Carolina stuff. So Jason is from VA, and he's fishing our normal stuff. So there's 2 in the top 40. And I'm not even saying they fished Smith Mountain. I'm just saying they're from VA. They literally could have came to Norman. I don't know. I didn't click into their fish. But, yeah, nobody cared about Smith Mountain except the people who complained. So, but, yeah, I get it. People people don't want the multi thing, and that's cool. I respect that. I do think Kiwi is at the top of the list for a lake we should add in South Carolina. And I love that place personally. I wouldn't mind coming down there although Blaine would probably run it, but I wouldn't mind coming down there. I love being in Oconee County, and there's a restaurant called the Lighthouse. I don't know if you've ever been there. one of my favorite restaurants on Lake Kiowee. So good time down there. But all about you, man. Congratulations. Big payday. I'll get you your money. I'll have your hardware. And I know you'll be down at Hartwell, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. I'll be fishing every single event, all of the main series events.
The mains. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Well, who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out?
Obviously, I got to thank my girlfriend. She always supports me, and she allows me to go take off when she takes care of a little toddler at home all by herself. So I really appreciate her. She's amazing, and she's super supportive. She's not really a fisherman, so she's our official lady. So she's just like, whenever I do something big like this, she's like, cool. Like, she doesn't really understand. So she's like, that's nice. Good for you. And obviously, I thank all the sponsors, and I thank you, because with Queen City, it provides, like, I feel like opportunities you can't really get anywhere else. Like, to win this kind of, I just won $1,700 in second place. Like, it's freaking stupid, man. Like, it's crazy to win that kind of money fishing on a plastic boat in South Carolina, you know? So I thank you guys for providing the opportunities for us to do that. And
You're welcome.
it's like, it's as a teacher, I mean, I don't make the biggest salary ever. So it's nice to get a little extra money in my pocket here and there doing these tournaments. So I'm
Yeah,
really
you're preaching to the choir here, buddy. 17 years.
I'm gonna thank Muddy Bay, because last year they put me on the XI3, and dude, that thing has literally changed fishing for me. Like, it is, babe. Oh my gosh, I love having a motor. It's the best thing ever. I was one of those people that was kind of opposed to motors. I'm like, no, it's too far. I put one on my kayak, and I'm like, this is the best. This is nice. So thankful to Muddy Bay, and obviously all my friends and family that always support me and get excited for me when I accomplish things. So thank you to all you, and that's it.
Awesome, man. Well, good work. Like I said, proud of you. You're killing it as far as TOC right now. So I know you'll be excited about that down on Santee Cooper in November, and we'll just keep it rocking, man. And we'll talk to you soon. Later. And that leaves one. And I don't know if this guy knew he won until I didn't say his name just now. So in first place, by a quarter inch, 76 3/4, with a 21, a 20 1/2, an 18 1/2, and a 16 3/4, going home with $2,656, assuming he drove all the way to Smith Mountain Lake. Pastor Mike Hicks. My goodness, boy.
What's up, man?
You drove all the way, right? You're just now getting home?
So I fished Norman, I fished James, and I fished Kiwi. And I went to Kiwi last Monday. I put up over 70 inches. And I said, I'm going back to Kiwi. So it's a good lake. It's a good lake.
Oh, yeah.
There's some big largemouth in Kiwi people don't know about.
Yeah. They're going to know about them now. You put them up on Turney X.
Yeah. I didn't know if I didn't know if I was going to get to fish there or not. I had a tragedy in my church. I had an 18-year-old kid get killed on a motorcycle, and so that happened Thursday. And it's been a stressful week. So this means a lot.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I think it's awesome. Kiwi takes down top 2 when everybody kind of overlooked it. You're going home with a huge payday, $2,600 today. Obviously, a TOC seat is now clinched, assuming you fish 7, which we know you will.
That's another thing that means a lot, because my year's been terrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, because I wanted to go Santee so bad, and I was like, I got to turn some things around if I am.
All you got to do now is sign up and fish 3 more, and it's over for you, buddy.
I won't be at Hartwell. I'll have to. I'm gonna be down at Disney with the family, but I'll be at the rest of them.
Awesome. So you punch your ticket, and big payday. Super proud of you. You want to tell us how you caught them, and who do you want to thank?
Yeah, I found some. I went Monday and I found some fish that had already spawned out, but they were loaded in the pockets. They were just garden fry and kind of roamers. And I knew if I could catch some of those roamers, I'd have a shot. But so I went to a little bit different northern part of the lake, because I figured I could find some that was still on the bed. I started throwing top water first thing this morning. I threw it till 10.
Oh, wow.
And I caught the 21 off the top water. And then
Wow.
I just went searching pockets. And I think I had 70 or 71 inches, something like that. And I needed a couple more calls because I had a couple 15s. And my last, I caught one spot all day. The rest of them were largemouth. I think 16 3/4 inch spot.
You broke all the rules today.
Yeah, and then I went around the corner and I seen a one cruising, but I knew the fish had already seen me, so I backed off and I went back in and threw a bomb cast with a wacky worm, fell like 50 yards, trying to cut it off, and when it hit the water, it ticked and it was the 18.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome, dude.
Yeah, that set me up for the win. I mean that was it. So
I mean, did you catch a bunch of fish today?
I caught a bunch of fish.
Yeah, you put 10 in.
15s. I just the big one was they're in the pockets. It's just you got to be super slick on them. They're very smart.
Well, they're smart, and people don't know, but Kiwi is probably, what was it, 10-foot visibility today?
Oh yeah, you can see beds. You can see beds down. I'd say 15 foot probably.
Yeah. So if you're not someone who's been there, it is a crystal clear mountain lake. If you fish Hartwell, it's below Kiwi. Kiwi's clearer than Hartwell, and Hartwell can get ridiculously clear. So, you also got Jocassee up there, and Jocassee's even clearer than Kiwi. So it's crystal clear stuff. I've bed fished on Jocassee, and you go flip a jig and you miss the bed by 30 feet, and you're like, I don't understand. I don't miss. And then you look at your graph and you're in 25 foot of water, and it's like, oh wow, I really got to get it over there.
Yeah,
but that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. Big payday. Knowing you're locked into the TOC. I'm jealous. I'm not coming to Disney with you. But I hope you have a great time down there, man.
Yeah, we will, man. I appreciate it. And I just want to, thank my wife and the good Lord above. He gives me the ability to do this. And I love it, man. It's my passion. And I don't know. I'm blessed.
Awesome. Well, go rest. I'll get you paid tomorrow morning. And we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Vinny.
Later, brother. And that is all she wrote. We had another successful event. I got to shout out Amanda, our judge today. We are going to get to the point where we hire judges full time. That's going to be my goal for various reasons. One, she's really good at her job. Two, I live on a softball field, so it's beautiful to be able to essentially be in two places at once and give you guys an amazing opportunity to fish these big events and win big money, and still get to coach young ladies on the field and compete all day. I'm proud of all of you guys today. We had our beef with Smith Mountain, and we proved that we have amazing bodies of water right here around us. And I know that Kiwi is not the closest option, but it's probably only 2 hours, which is really not that much of a tragedy. I mean, hell, it's an hour and 10 minutes for me to get to Pinnacle on Norman. So, and I live right here in Rock Hill. So it's not like Norman is like most people's back doors, unless you're up in Mooresville. Hulsey just said he'll get the points updated. He'll get the teams updated. Payouts will be tomorrow. We're not going to do payouts right now. We'll let things settle. And congratulations to you all. We are immediately going to focus on Lake Hickory tomorrow morning. We have a 2-day, $225 event on Hickory. We do have a live weigh-in for that with food, but I do need to see some people sign up before we get overly excited about that. We for sure will give away at least one championship seat, even if we only have 2 anglers, which is, crazy to say, but that's what we committed to, and we're not going to go back on our word. So TOC seats on the line. If you do win that event and you are not a member, you will be required to pay your membership. That is in the rules. So keep that in mind. You'll have to pay back, or I keep $75 out of your earnings and you'll be a member. Therefore you can fish the TOC. And then we go down to Anderson, South Carolina in May. And we have an amazing annual event on Lake Hartwell. I love working with Neil. I love being at the Hilton Garden Inn. So that is one that is a staple in what we do here, and that'll be tons of fish in May. So if you guys need anything, let me know. We all did a great job staying under the hour mark. We're at 57 minutes, so I appreciate you all for being here late with Queen City tonight. Thank you all so much. Thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Blaine. Blaine checked in on me today. Make sure everything was smooth. Appreciate all you guys for supporting us, and I think Travis's comment right there is exactly what I need to hear at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. Thank you, brother. Have a great night. See you all soon.